Couple of people were had videos on, so I can see only their faces. Priyanka was one of
Yeah,
them.
it was great. Actually, I've never done meditation ever in my life. So, but Ragni keeps inspiring me a lot, and this was like out of the world experience I had for the first time.
Oh,
I
wow.
mean, I could
Very good.
feel, you know, so many things which I've never felt before.
Oh,
Like
wow.
what are those things?
Uh, I mean, the energy also, like,
Mm.
you know, to think about various parts of your body like that, and
Yeah.
energy flowing through different part of the body. Like you can
Did,
actually feel it.
did you feel,
Uh,
yeah, beautiful. That's very, that's such a good thing because a lot of us are not very sensitive to energy in the world today. So if you are able to sense energy, it's such a gift because as we practice a lot, we generally become more sensitive to feel energy, right? So if you're able to sense
right.
the flow of energy, amazing. That's what the current evolution is requiring for all of us, right? So phenomenal. So I think very good, very good, very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, that is great to hear, Priyanka. Really happy for you.
Yeah. Yeah. It was very good. Like you said, I could feel it now.
Yes, I feel it all the time. So that's why I keep telling to people, like, you can just feel it if
Yeah,
you really be in that.
yeah. how
Right.
about how about Paru? How was your experience?
I unfortunately joined a little late, but I
Okay.
started about 20 minutes in. Wonderful. Thank you. It was just, I don't know how you started, but I did immediately go right in, and all your, I think it came on when you were doing the blessing or the chant, the mantra.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
Good, good,
And
good, beautiful.
I myself have a hard time visualizing, but something about the way you
Mm.
did it and all of that, it just
Yeah,
was
yeah. So if
magical.
you scan right now for all of you, what is the energy of abundance in your system? Energy of abundance before and after. So there is a good amount of energy which we have anchored in the abundance, right? So we do not see, what happens energetically for us, right? But when you know how to scan energy, you can see the difference, right? What was the energy of pain before? Energy of pain now, right? So there's a change. So as the energy shifts, it brings the shift in the physical reality. And hence practices like these are very, very important, or any meditation practice for that matter, right? But yeah, every meditation has a different role to play. What we do generally is an active meditation. It's not a passive one. Passive one is you just be aware, observe your thoughts, but that takes a long time for these thoughts to be released. We do active. We just bring the energy down from God and just flush all of them out from the system, right? If anybody would have pain in the body, I don't know if somebody had pain or discomfort, notice how is it right now. So generally we see a lot of people getting healing very, very faster. The healing happens. So maybe today, tomorrow, just observe for yourself how the healing happens, right? Even that can be experience you can have for yourself. Yeah. Good, 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 good. So Ragni, over to you.
sure. Thank you
I know
so
you're
much.
feeling like to be in not speaking, right?
Yes, that's what, in the beginning I told you, right? Should we do the question and answer first? Because I really wanted to enjoy that energy later, So um anyway, so coming to the program, so you all experienced, right, how is Avinash's session and healing, and experience the meditation part of it, because you have in the past heard him talking about the concepts. So this was sort of a practical thing, that we experienced just now. And so we are going to have this program by Avinash, and it's for just few people. It's a coaching program. It's going to be for 8 weeks, and I think some of you have not attended the last session where
Yeah.
Avinash talked more about the program. I can see Paru joining. I mean, Priyanka too. She was not available. Chandra in the last session. So
Maybe, Ragni, if you want, I can quickly just give a summary of what we are intending to do,
yes,
right?
yes, that's a
Yeah,
good
will
idea.
that be okay? Yeah, just few minutes.
Yes.
So, now obviously, what we experience right now is a good state, right? We felt beautiful, we felt good, right? But what is our intention is how do we make you go through a sustainable change, right? And sustainable change doesn't happen in one session, right? It requires practice because everybody would have a lot of story in the background, what past you have been holding, right? The kind of fears you have been through, the kind of beliefs you're carrying right now. So what we designed of, when we did the session, and Ragni and Neeta was talking about this, that can we create a program which is a coaching program, which means it's not a group session like 20 people in place. It would be a very smaller group of 6 to 8 people, right? And can we help you first? So there are two, three objectives of the session. Number one would be, we carry a lot of past with us right now. The past we have been through, the experiences, and that past we keep holding back. Also, this past shapes our thinking. It makes us believe in a certain way, right? So if you look at a lot of people, if you ask them, have you set goals for this year? They will say, no, I have not set goals. And what's the reason for it? The reason is, in past, my goals were not achieved, right? So I have not set the goals again. So a lot of past, the beliefs we keep on holding in our mind, are past bad experiences. Now, this also impacts us literally. I had so many clients, people who had a difficult relationship, with their husband, wife, and in almost all the cases, when we ask them, how was your relationship with your father or with your mother? Very, very bad, in from the childhood. And they have not released, they have not forgiven. And guess what? The entire marriage, they end up attracting exactly the same person. And then in the first marriage, they took a divorce, they go to the next marriage, and guess what? Next marriage, the same guy in a different body, right? Same behavior comes up. So it's so important that until we do not release those experiences and belief, we are unconsciously attracting the same patterns in our life, physically, emotionally, financially, work-wise. So first objective of the work is, in this program, can we help you offload the entire past? That's what we're going to do. And there's no one method for it. There's multiple ways we do it. One is the healing you experience right now. Second is the different ways through which we'll teach you how to unmemorize the emotions. We have memorized the emotions of anger, of fear, of unworthiness, right? How do we unmemorize it and release the past? That's one part of it. Second part is, then can you, and what we'll do is, we'll ask people when we start the session, what is a big goal you want to achieve for yourself? What is the greater outcome you want to achieve for yourself, right? In this 8 weeks time, possibly, or maybe in 6 months time, but for which the work starts right now. Now, you may all are working somewhere. You may have a bigger goal or may not have a bigger goal. We want you to really push out of the comfort zone and ask yourself, what is something which you can think for yourself, which can literally shift your life? So for somebody, it might be writing a book, right? But the question is, have we ever, taken the action toward those goals? They remain as a dream, but we never actualize it. But what we're going to do is, in the process, we are going to ask you, think of a bigger goal, a gigantic goal for yourself. And obviously you'll have overwhelming feeling, or you have fear, you have blockages, belief coming up, but that's where we are going to work on these areas. So we'll help you identify goals for a long term, a 10-year goal, a 5-year, 1 year, 6 months, a 1 month goal, right? Most people, they miss the point that sometimes the 6-month goal is difficult to achieve, but a 10-year goal or a 5-year goal is very easy to achieve. But question is, people don't have 5-year goal. So what if you put up a 5-year goal of becoming a multimillionaire? And what if the work starts from now itself? So when we make you fix these goals, then we start uncovering all the belief system which is conflicting, and then helping you uncover, remove, and install the right belief. And that's a very powerful process we carry out, right? So these are all guided process. So we do the work live, you go back, practice for the entire week, we again come back, and we again do the work and see what has gone for you, what has not worked for you, right? So it's a hand-holding approach with that process, right? And then, with the goals, with the shift in your belief, we also then make you learn some of the very powerful habits which will sustain your journey toward these goals, right? So that's how the entire workshop is packed, with a lot of powerful tools, techniques, hand-holding, guiding. But the idea is, when we start and when we end, you should be a different person altogether. Not just, I'm feeling good. Feeling good is very temporary, right? We want to create those feeling good moments into a permanent trait in your body. When you say that this is my strength now, this is my competency, this is my core strength, that's what we want to work on in this program. That's why it's an 8-week session, not a 2-week session, right? Now, how we are planning is that we all have different blockages, right? And these blockages sometimes are very deeper. If you remember, while we're doing the healing right now, I asked you that all the, say, past lifetime experiences, we also carry that part, right? So how we're planning this right now is, in every week, one session is the learning session, where we learn, where we plan the goals, we work out the belief, we discuss, we talk, all of that will happen. But next session in a week. So in a week, we'll have 2 sessions. One is the learning session. Second session is a healing session in which we do a deeper healing for you. So for 8 weeks, you will get every week one healing session as this group right now, and in which we will be helping you release blockages, which is beyond your understanding right now, which we can't literally manually work on. It can only be done through a work of energy, because these are very deeper blockages in chakras and subconscious mind, in previous lifetime. One of the cases I remember, that one girl had a very deep sense of unworthiness, that I'm good for nothing in this life, right? And when she went through regression, what she found, that when her mother was pregnant with her, right? When she became pregnant on day 1 or day 2, she discovered that, and she goes to the husband and says, you know what, I'm pregnant. And the first reaction of the husband was, what? Shit, I can't buy the car now. That was the first reaction from the husband. Now the child obviously is not developed in the womb, but the consciousness is present. So she, as a consciousness, heard that statement from her father, right? And guess what? For 30 years of her life, she had this feeling of unworthiness, not knowing where this is coming from. And when she did the regression, she realized, oh my God, my father reaction at that point of time put that memory in my subconscious, in my consciousness. And those can't be just worked out with, reading book and all. It requires a deeper healing, because those are energy patterns which are stuck in the subconscious and the consciousness. So with healing, we work on those kind of patterns, which is like, very, very deep, many, many lifetimes, right? So that's how we're planning it, 2 sessions in a week. As we start, we'll have individual sessions with all of you, one-to-one with the entire group, individually. So we'll help you set the goals for yourself. With personally, when I work with you, what is your outcome? What is that you want to achieve for yourself? And then the group session goes on. And then at the end, again, we'll have one-to-one session individually with everybody to see how you have been, the progress, if you have any confusion and all of it. And obviously in between, we have a hand-holding support is also given, right? So that's the program we have designed. We call it Tenacious, right? The clear objective for me is that your life should be before and after this program. You say, my life shifted this 8 weeks before and after. That's the outcome I'm intending for this session. And that's the work we do. So if you look at all the, kind of testimonials, that's the mark we want to leave for people, right? Right from day 1, when we start the session, you would learn tools which are not like 3 hours you have to practice. We have designed tools. It's like, there's one tool we have called as EPIC, EPIC, which is called as Emotional Pattern Interruption and Conditioning, right? And that 3 minutes tool, suppose, so when people say like, no, I want to write a book, but I feel fear, I feel blockages, or any kind of obstacle for your work, that 3 minutes tool, just practice it once, twice, thrice, and instantly you come out of that blockage. Instantly you see the flow comes for you, right? So we have designed tools which are